Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. Today we're going to show you the underrated anime winter 2021. But before we get started, be sure to hit the like button and ring the notification bell for more videos. Although it has been premiered for a long time ago, it's okay for us to discuss, right? As in the winter 2021 season, many anime were released, whether it's sequels or even interesting new anime to discuss. However, of all the anime that got enthusiastic, some anime don't get attention and discussion out there. Although they have their own characteristics, the lacks of interest make them only a compliment to the season. Here's a list of the underrated anime in winter 2021. Let's get started. Number 8 is X-OM. Basically, if this anime was directed by the appropriate studio, it was actually not too bad. However, due to the use of the inappropriate studio, the anime got a lot of negative comments since its release. Having an action and sci-fi genre, X-OM is adapted from a Japanese science fiction manga series written by Haruka and illustrated by Shinya Komi. The series is a remake of Komi's earlier manga X Vita. It was released in Shueisha Seinen Manga Magazine Grand Champ from February 2015 to December 2017, and later on Shueisha Shonen Jump Plus website from December 2017 to June 2019. In 2014, a high school student named Akira Natsume enjoys the phobia of electrical devices while also being very good at diagnosing them. He leads an average, unfulfilling life and resolves to change himself for the better. However, he suddenly dies before realizing his wish. 16 years later, a young policewoman activates a highly advanced AI superweapon known as an X-OM, where the AI turns out to be Akira's brain, now in a digital form. The series revolves around the police force's attempts to suppress and defeat adversaries using X-OMs for their own purposes. Number 7 is Wave Let's Go Surfing. Wave Surfing Up is a surfing-themed anime which aired in winter 2021. It's a multimedia project announced at the Wave Wonderful Party First event on August 17, 2019 at the Ichikawa City Cultural Hall venue. Since then, it has been producing a wide variety of content such as a radio show, drama series, music, and manga. There is also a television anime adaptation. Masaki Hinoka, who grows up near the coast of Owarai in Ibaraki Prefecture, met a transfer student Sho Akatsuki before the summer break, where Sho introduced Masaki of surfing. It's the beginning of unforgettable surfing experiences for people who live at the beach. Number 6 is The Hidden Dungeon Only I Can Enter. Having another title Oretake Haireri Kakushi Dungeon which has an edgy and comedy genre, the anime aired in winter and is adapted from a Japanese light novel series written by Meguro Sato and illustrated by Note Takehana. It began realization online in January 2017 on the user-generated novel publishing website Shosetsuka Ninara. It was later acquired by Kodansha. Hidden dungeons are a place of legends where rare treasures and items are concealed. Noah, the third son of a minor noble family, acquires an exceptional skill that provides him great knowledge but causes him to have painful headaches. His life begins to change when he was lucky enough to find a hidden dungeon and met a legendary adventurer named Olivia Servant. Now, a level of magic begins with Noah as the main protagonist, of course with his harem group. Number 5 is bottom tier character Tomozaki. If you look at a glance, perhaps the anime is quite boring because of its content that's full of long conversation. However, it will be different if you continue to watch the other anime titled Yakuchara Tomozaki-kun. Bottom tier character Tomozaki is adapted from a Japanese light novel series written by Yukiyaku and illustrated by Fly. The story revolves around Fumiya Tomozaki, who is Japan's best player in the online game Attack Families. Despite holding as the best player, a lack of social skills and amiability causes him to fall short in his everyday high school life. Failing to have any friends, he blames the convoluted mechanics and unfair rules of life, forcing him to give up and proclaim himself a bottom-tier character in the scheme. The story begins to change when he meets with another Attack Family's player, Oi Hinami, who is actually his classmate and is well known as a popular and smart girl. Through the gruesome ordeals of social interactions and relationships, Fumiya begins to advance tiers in the glorious game of life. Number 4 is Tsubasa Kid from the Lost Dungeon Boon is moved to a starter town. This is another anime which has a protagonist whose abilities of a power. Having a very long title, Tatoeba Lost Dungeon Maya no Mura no Shounen ga Choban no Machida Kuretsu Yona Monogatari is a comedy fantasy anime which aired in spring 2021. It's adapted from a Japanese light novel series written by Toshio Sato and illustrated by Nao Watanuki. Aspect Creative has released 12 volumes since February 2017 under the G.I. Bunker label. The story revolves around Lloyd Belladonna, a modest man from Kunlun Village, a mythical village where all the villagers are heroes. However, a young Lloyd who has a great power doesn't recognize his own power and regards him as the weakest in his village. Thus brings Lloyd, who decides to be a soldier, moves to the kingdom of Ozami. Number 3 is the 7 Deadly Sins Dragon's Judgment. The 7 Deadly Sins Dragon's Judgment is surely one of the best anime which is full of actions and some absurd comedy. However, it was shattered by being animated in the wrong studio. The series from Nanatsu no Taizai Fundo no Shunpan, which aired in winter 2021, got negative reviews aimed at previous prequels of the series. It's adapted from a Japanese fantasy manga series written and illustrated by Nakaba Suzuki. The story follows the journey of Meliodas. Having unforgettable past stories, Meliodas must live in the shade of the past that always haunts him. Number 2 is Other Side Picnic. A shoujo ai anime with a girl who has a supernatural power as the main protagonist, Urasekai Picnic is adapted from a Japanese light novel series written by Iori Miyazawa and illustrated by Shirakaba. The story follows a girl named Sarawi Kamikoshi, who explored doors which randomly lead into the other side, parallel worlds in which internet creepypasta and urban legends were brought to life. When Sarawi almost gave up her life, she was rescued by Tariko Nishino, a young girl who was looking for her lost friend. Later on, they began to travel to another world, while finding out all the mysteries that existed in the other world. Number 1 is Dr. Ramune from Mysterious Disease Specialist. Coming with a supernatural doctor, Kaibyo Ramune is an anime aired in spring 2021. It's adapted from a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Aho Taro. As long as hearts exist inside people, there will always be those who suffer. And then, something strange enters their mind and causes a strange disease to manifest itself in the body. Dr. Ramune is a specialist in curing mysterious diseases. Though he acts really all the time and is full method, Dr. Ramune is experienced with all mysterious diseases. The story will follow Dr. Ramune with his patients who always come with strange and mysterious diseases. Well, that's all the list of the underrated anime in winter 2021. Do you have any favorite anime on the list? If you do, let us know in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the like button and share this video as much as you can to your friends if you really enjoy this. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time.